present is 539. Mpumalanga, expected is 449, present is 399. Northwest, expected is 409, present is 345. Northern Cape, expected 181, present is 128. Western Cape, expected is 225, present is 179. CCT members expected 53 and present are 52. The total expected voting delegates is 3799. Present is 3180. Therefore, Deputy President, we correct. Thank you. Just the round of percentage. Okay, in terms of percentage, President, we are making it 84%.
Adoption from no, I don't know. Mandla. Thank you very much, DSG. We will now, we've had the credentials. If there are any corrections or anything like that, otherwise we get a mover for adoption. Where are the roving mics? Whoever has got a mic, can you? Yes, okay. In the middle of after the first block, here, in the middle there are mics. So whoever is a mover must move to one of the mics that have been placed. Okay, do I see any hands? There's a hand there at the back. Somebody standing with a white.
Yeah. On. Is it on?
Yes.
My name is Derek Hendrikse. I'm from the Western Cape, and I move that we accept the credentials.
Sorry, can you tell us which ward you represent?
I'm from Ward 15, Cayman, the Stellenbosch.
Thank you very much. Western Cape moves for adoption. I'll go this side. Right there at the back, next to the black curtain thing, yeah? Yeah, with the cap, with the black cap. Please go to the mic and identify yourself and make your input.
Thank you very much, National Chair. My name is Papi Machiche in Sidibeng, Ward 1, Gauteng Province. I would just need clarity. There was no mere mention of RCT and PCT delegates. Can we get the numbers for the RCT and PCT? Thank you very much.
Okay. Yes, okay. Just for clarity, when we say voting delegates from a particular province, we're including those RCT and PCT delegates. It's clear. Yeah, so they are included. The only ones that were mentioned separately by DSG were the CCT delegates, where there were 53 expected and 52 present. Okay, there's a mover for adoption. We need a seconder. Yes, yeah, at the back. Yeah, yes, you. Okay, oh no, let's get a female fighter from the same province, yes. Sorry. Yes, you can come, There's no mic there.
Hello, my name is Flora Madike from Limpopo and Damopani. I stand here to second for the move of the credentials. Thank you.
Thank you, Fighter Flora. Okay, I don't see any hands or any objection. That means the credentials are duly adopted. Thank you, delegates. So, what is that? Is that a hand there from Western Cape? Eastern Cape. Okay. Can you have one person standing up? Who's going to speak on whatever issue it is? Going?
No, Commissar, we don't object anything. Let's carry on.
Okay, the credentials are adopted again. All right, moving on. We don't have a lot of time, comrades. Moving on, we're going to now go to a presentation of the and adoption of the NPA rules. What is that? The one who's got a mic. Okay. I don't know, someone raised their hand.
My name is Siabulela Shasha Siyongwana from Ward 20 in Nelson Mandela region, Eastern Cape. I hereby with the National Chairperson to present a letter of seeking membership clarity of Kamvelihle Goba.
Chief, no. Is that, we're dealing with credentials now. If you want to raise a special issue, you can contact the SG. We're following the program for now. Unless if that falls under credentials. Credentials are adopted. I will call on the Deputy President to do a presentation and adoption of the NPA rules and procedure, EFF, of this EFF second NPA. TP.
Mandla, comrades, delegates, this document which is written agenda and rules, here it's a small booklet. From page 4, we're going to read the normal rules of the EFF in terms of what are the rules that are going to guide this National People's Assembly. Now that the conference has been duly constituted, we must adopt the rules. Rule number 1 is that only duly accredited delegates or those recognized by the steering committee will be allowed into plenary and commission sessions. All delegates and observers will have the right to speak in plenary. All duly accredited participants will have a right to speak in commissions. Delegates wishing to speak must indicate their intention by raising their hands. The assembly chairperson will decide on orders of speakers and shall ensure that there shall be a spread of speakers from various delegations. A delegate may speak in any official language. Delegates will be allowed to speak maximum of 3 minutes in plenary sessions. The assembly chairperson shall reduce or extend this period. Delegates will be allowed to speak only once during the plenary session on each topic. Each speaker, after being recognized by the chair of the session, will stand at the microphone provided on the floor and state his or her name, branch and region or organization before speaking. If the chairperson calls the speaker to order, the delegate will stop speaking until the chairperson authorizes him or her to continue. Delegates wishing to raise a point of order or ask a question will do so by proceeding to the mic and raise their point of order. On a point of order being raised, discussion shall be suspended to allow an intervention of not more than 1 minute. Thereafter, the chairperson will give his or her ruling. All motions must be proposed and seconded before they are approved for discussions. An exigency motion must be submitted in writing by the proposer and seconded to the steering committee. No business shall be allowed to be discussed which does not arise out of the reports or motions before assembly, unless agreed to by the steering committee. No other points of intervention shall be allowed except those provided for in the rules of the assembly. The mover of a motion or amendment shall be limited to 3 minutes, the seconder to 2 minutes, and all subsequent speakers to 1 minute. The mover of the motion shall close the debate. Voting in plenary will be by show of hands unless a secret ballot is called for and supported by a third of delegates. Questions in dispute not provided for in the present rules of procedure shall be settled in assembly upon proposal from steering committee. In terms of code of conduct, in addition to the normal rules of the EFF Constitution and the Code of Conduct, failure to comply with the following additional rules will constitute a disciplinary offense. Delegates at the National People's Assembly to present views of their branches and other accredited structures, and they are therefore expected to attend all sessions and commissions and to be punctual. Delegates must refrain from any behavior which will bring the EFF or People's Assembly into disrepute. Certain documents distributed at the Assembly may be confidential, and delegates are not allowed to distribute such documents to persons who are not entitled to them. No documents except documents will be distributed unless approved by the steering committee. Any acts of sexual harassment will be punishable. Delegates are expected to respect and obey the chairperson in all sessions and commissions. Delegates who disobey the instruction of the chairperson of the session will be removed from the assembly venue and dispossessed of their accreditation tag. Any breach of discipline shall be reported to the steering committee, which shall bring such violations to the attention of the Assembly Disciplinary Committee. EFF delegates shall not do the following. Nobody is allowed to bring weapons to the premises of the EFF Assembly. Nobody is permitted to bring or drink alcohol in the premises of the National People's Assembly. Any alcohol will be confiscated and returned to the owner, and not returned to the owner. Nobody is permitted to enter assembly premises under the influence of or smelling of alcohol and or other intoxicating substances. Nobody has permission to resort to violence act of any kind in the premises of the assembly. Nobody shall within the premises of the assembly act in a manner that exposes others to harm or death. Nobody shall within the premises of the assembly act in a manner that provokes tension. Nobody shall act in a manner that undermines the business of the assembly. Nobody shall within the premises of the assembly take off clothes to demonstrate anger or happiness of any kind whatsoever, or bring banners, posters, or placards in support or against any candidate. Nobody shall within the premises of the assembly behave in a rowdy and aggressive manner. Nobody shall within the premises of the assembly be permitted to convene a party to celebrate anything resolved at assembly. Nobody within the premises of assembly shall behave in an abusive and disrespectful manner towards other fighters. No cars shall bear or display any posters or materials in support or against any fighter. No t-shirt or poster displaying support for or against fighter will be allowed in the National People's Assembly. Nobody without accreditation will be allowed in the premises of the National People's Assembly. No delegates shall be allowed to speak to the media about any issue in the assembly without the authorization of the media committee. No cell phones should be on during the proceedings of the National Assembly and sessions and the commissions. No delegates will be allowed to sleep during the proceedings of the assembly plenary sessions and commissions. Amandla, high discipline, high morale. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Item. Yeah. Input and then adoption, and then we'll do that one item of the Constitution. The one of the DP. No, I'm saying after that. No, that's the next item. Yeah, on the agenda.
No, it's the organizational report now, Chair.
Looking like Ivan. Mandla. Thank you very much, Deputy President Floyd Shibambu. We would like now to open the discussion rules, the rules for discussion, and then adoption after amendments, if any. Can we open the floor for inputs? Okay, there's a hand here. Number one. Okay, that's it. That's the only input. Oh, there's another one, sorry. Yes, yeah, in front. Number two. Okay, number one and number two, please go to your mics, the nearest mics to both of you. Number one is Limpopo, number two is Northern Cape. Northwest, yeah. So.
Thanks for the opportunity, Commissar Dalimpofu, the National Chairperson. My name is Walter Mlapu from Ward 19 in the sub-region of towards Vetahomu of Sekhukhune region. I am not sure if it's an omission from the Deputy President, Floyd Shibambu, not to present the election procedures. I needed to deal with them. If indeed it's an omission, can they be entertained as well before maybe I can jump the gun? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that the election document is a separate document in your bag, isn't it? Yes. So we're now dealing with the conference rules. The whole issue of the election rules is in the hands of the IEC. So at a particular point today, we are going to hand over to the IEC. Either before that, if there's a particular issue that you want to raise, that issue can be raised. But this is a different item. Are we clear? Sure. Number two.
Thanks, National Chair. My name is Justice Davampi. Regional Secretary of Dr. Ruth. Chair, I'm proposing that in 3.8, instead of saying delegates will be allowed to speak once, we put that in a case where there is a follow-up, they be allowed to speak twice, not once. They must be allowed to speak twice in a case of a follow-up.
Okay. That's a proposal. There's no second that I can see. Not from the, okay. Is that Northern Cape? No, the other side. Still Northwest, okay. Okay, no, if you're going to second, we'd rather have someone from another province. Yes, there's a hand there. Eastern Cape. Let's move. Okay, I'm going to move on. You can speak, Chief.
It's not working.
But I can hear you.
Chair, I second the follow-up statement. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Tunzi Kupega from Amachoba region, KZN.
Okay. All right. That proposal has been seconded. Any objection? There's a hand here. Free State.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Vicky Mampimutlung. I object to the proposal.
Okay. Is that yeah, the person waving the cap at the back? Let's move. No, not you, fighter. I was pointing the person waving the cap there. Sorry. Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Ukhetile Rakomani. I'm from Gauteng in Mirafong, Ward 3, Silimela Nyalunga, Mbilini branch. I am a PCTT delegate. Chair, I here reject the suggestions in respect of time, as we are more than 3,000 delegates. So imagine if 500 delegates would want to speak, it will take more time, and already we are behind. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. From that reaction of the House, I take it that the rules will stay as they are. Mandla. Right. Now, we're going to go into a session. I hope everyone has got a copy of the organizational report. We're going to call Nopala Wetu, our Secretary General, Commissar Godris Kadi, to present the organizational report, after which there will be the presentation of the TG's report, and then we will have a discussion. Long live the SG, long live. Long live our SG, long live. Long live Nopala, long live. SG.
Thank you very much. Long live the fighting spirit of Mama Winnie Mandela. Long live. Long live our CIC. Long live. Forward with the expropriation of land without compensation. Forward. Thank you very much, commissars and fighters and our guests. We need to put you at ease up front. We have been long sitting here at work. The organizational report is very long. It's about 180 pages. We are not going to read it word for word, page by page, sentence by sentence. We are going to present a summarized version. Ordinarily, it will have taken us a minimum of 3 to 6 hours to read the report as it happened in the CCT. We agreed with the officials that we shall give you a high-level overview and refer you to the pages. Commander-in-Chief and President of the Economic Freedom Fighters, Julius Malema, officials and members of the Central Command Team, delegates from provincial command teams, regional command teams, and all provincial branches, esteemed guests and members of the media, our people in South Africa and abroad, today gathered here in the Second National People's Assembly, we present this organizational report in terms of Section 13C4 of the Constitution of the organization. We thank you very much for patience up to this hour to receive this report. On the 13th to the 16th December 2014, in Mangaung, Bloemfontein, Free State, 2,186 branch delegates met in the First National People's Assembly to map out a program of action to implement the seizure of state power with the aim to achieve economic freedom in our lifetime and to democratically elect the leadership of this revolutionary movement that will be seized with that task. Central to the first NPA was the issue of land dispossession from African people by white colonialists, and accordingly, the conference took a resolution to address this grave historical miscarriage of justice. The conference resolved that the organization should push for expropriation of land without compensation for equal distribution. This resolution is embodied in the EFF 7 non-negotiable cardinal pillars. Today, 5 years later, marks the second National People's Assembly. We have gathered here under the theme Consolidating the Ground Towards Socialist Power, which reaffirms the aims and objectives of our liberation movement. While the political trajectory is confronted with the challenges of capital and white supremacy, which are anchored in the concept of divide and rule, the question central to the economic liberation and emancipation of our people remains central to the delegates gathered here today. We meet today to take stock of our accomplishments and challenges our movement has faced in executing this revolutionary task entrusted to us at the first NPA. The leadership elected in the first NPA steered the ship with humility and selflessness, advancing the 7 non-negotiable cardinal pillars of our revolution. Gathered here today, we have come to account to you, delegates, in terms of Section 13(6)(c)(4) of the Constitution, which provides that we should present to the National People's Assembly a comprehensive statement of the state of the organization and administrative situation to the National People's Assembly. This second NPA has 2 tasks: developing a revolutionary roadmap based on the experiences of the last 5 years and considering and electing competent leadership to carry the revolution forward for another 5 years. In this regard, we present the organizational report that reflects on the work done since the first NPA. As will be apparent from reading and the discussions around this report, the past 5 years have been characterized by building the organization from bottom up. In this exercise, special care had to be given to both quantitative and qualitative growth in laying a solid foundation for the incoming and future leadership to build on. Later in the report, we shall make mention of state of membership and state of the organization in provinces, regions, and branches as we continue to build the organization from bottom up. The path from the first NPA is paved with both the good and the bad. The organization, in its pursuit of political power, has had to compete with many political parties, most of which are established and enjoy the support of the South African majority. This the organization had to do with limited resources and no political reference. None of the leaders elected in the first NPA had experience in ministerial positions or served in committees or provincial legislatures. Chairperson, the report before us is rather lengthy, and with your indulgence, for the sake of convenience, we will present this executive summary pointing to the essence of what is contained in the report. More comprehensive information in relation to the headings to be alluded to are contained in the report, and delegates will be afforded an opportunity to engage on it. On the structures and organs of the organization, the Central Command Team, Section 13 of the EFF Constitution provides that the CCT shall consist of 35 additional members. It further provides that the CCT shall be the highest decision-making body in between national peoples, have the authority to lead the organization, subject to the Constitution, resolutions, and decisions of the National People's Assembly. Of the Constitution further provides that the CCT shall meet at least once every 3 months, ordinarily in the period of 5 years. CCT had 17 ordinary meetings and 9 special CCT meetings. Amongst the functions of the CCT is the implementation of the policies, resolution, directives, decisions, and programs decided on the NPA. The first NPA elected officials and other CCT members as detailed in page 6 and 7 of the report. We can go to page 6 and 7. We shall see the names of the elected officials and the additional members of the CCT. However, due to the incompetence of the contracted electoral committee of the first NPA, Only 34 names of the additional members were forwarded to the organization as elected. Accordingly, the first CCT was constituted by 40 directly elected members instead of 41. As at this second NPA, the following commissars were co-opted. Commissar Ntokozo Nhlonyana in 2015, Commissar Mgcini Chwako in 2016,